All right, well, welcome back, everybody. Now, we've got the crew gathered together. For those of you who might not have met Cheyenne yet, Cheyenne Batter is our morning producer, and of course, you know Ashley. She's in-house today. We did our pie bake-off, all right? Now, last year it was a pretty big competition.
Yeah.
And this year our competition is once again here. We've got all of our pies out on the table now. Joe Hex is going to join us a little bit later on from Joe's Cakes, but even though he's a cake guy, he showed us last week he knows his way around pies too.
Yeah, he does.
So, okay, so I just want to let you know that mine, I introduced my pie first. Mine is the pecan pie, okay? And it was the thing about pecan pie is it's expensive because the pecans are expensive, but it really has very few ingredients to it. It's really just Karo syrup with eggs and sugar and a little bit of melted butter and pecans. I mean, really and truly, it doesn't have a lot of ingredients to it. But boy, I sure do love it.
So are we going to go over everyone's pies?
Well, you guys get to go over your pies later on.
Oh,
I just
okay.
want to introduce you to my pie. Hello, I'm Vicki, and this is my pie. Yes, you know,
hey guys.
I haven't named it yet, so you know, I don't want to get too attached.
You can't eat something you've named.
That's true. We learned,
Let's call him Pete. Something with alliteration.
Okay,
You know?
okay.
Petey the pecan
pie. Okay, so there it is, and we do have some whipped cream, but I'm a believer that if a pie is good, it shouldn't have it.
Right.
So that's just me. I'm not gonna diss it.
We could also go by whose weighs the most.
Whose weighs
you know?
the most?
We'll see.
Well, Greg's is on a pretty heavy plate.
I brought the heavy plate.
Yeah, he brought the heavy plate. Yeah, we're gonna find out later on from Greg, you know, how you made these because they look really good, and
They do look delicious.
Hardly
You know,
wait to
I
see
hate to
it.
give away all my secrets.
You see that bus right there, Greg?
I gotta say, I did see Greg. He was ripping his apron off as he was walking in the studio.
It's true. It's true.
You know?
I think I'm just going to come right out and say I'm a cheater.
He had his chef's hat in his car. And he's like,
so it's allowed. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. Hopefully you're having a little bit of fun today too. Tomorrow is the big eating day. We all know that. In fact, I just put on there on our Facebook page our conversation this morning because Greg and I were both really surprised. For the first time, men are on the Butterball hotline. I was just really surprised at that because I know there are a lot of guys who are good cooks out there. So we're just asking you to weigh in on how the men do the cooking in your household and join the conversation on that. And we're going to converse a little bit more about pies throughout the morning as we go along. Now, Sean, I may have to heat some of my pecan pie a little bit later on because it's a little chilly out there.
right, it's chilly weather, and as I'm sure folks are out and about getting last-minute things for Thanksgiving dinner, we'll tell you what you can expect as you hit the roads. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, this morning is the Pie Bake-Off. We're going to have Joe from Joe's Cakes joining us. He's the professional who knows what he's doing, and he's going to be judging the pies. And we have a variety of pies this morning. I kind of went the non-traditional route. And I have to admit up front, I got a little help from my wife. Anybody who knows her knows that she's very talented in the kitchen, so I had to let her do most of the work. But we have a blueberry turnover, and those are blueberries, picked wild blueberries from Upper Michigan.
Nice.
And we also have buttercup squash wrap with some cream cheese and some other spices in there, and they're delicious.
It looks very good.
And Cheyenne,
Yes.
what did you make?
This little piece of heaven right here is a Banoffee Pie. Now you might be wondering, what on earth is a Banoffee Pie?
I am.
Well, let me tell you. A Banoffee Pie is banana and toffee, and it's put together beautifully like so. Now I got this recipe from one of my friends in New Zealand.
Ooh.
I was there for a while, and everyone there, no matter where you went, people went nuts for Banoffee Pie. Okay. So I was like, you know what? I gotta make this for the TV6 morning show. And basically all it is, it's some condensed milk with a lot of butter and sugar and syrup. Stir that bad boy up in the saucepan for a while and then dump it over your crust.
Now you were saying you're not even a big dessert person, but when you're in New Zealand, they eat that all the time.
They really do. Like anytime I go out to eat here, it's like, are you hungry for dessert? I was like, oh, I could never. But there, they're like, any dessert? I was like, give me some of that Banoffee Pie.
Is this your first shot at making something like this?
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
Well,
it looks good.
Thanks.
It does, yeah.
Thank you. We'll see how it tastes. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to taste great. So we've got a little international flair going here this year. So it looks good. Looks good. And Joe will be joining us a little bit later on. We'll be finding out who the big prize winner is. Well, the prize is bragging rights, okay? And maybe the entire can of Ready Whip if you really want.
We can do that.
Yeah. Now, Sean, I'll tell you what, Mother Nature's sort of dumping some frosting on us herself, huh?
That's right. Now, it's not whipped cream, so don't try to eat it. We'll tell you what to expect as you hit the road. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back, everyone. This morning, we're having the great Pie Bake-Off Challenge. We learned about some of the other pies earlier. Now we're going to learn more about Sean and Ashley's pies. We'll start with you, Sean. I know you weren't really sure what you were going to make up until, was it yesterday that you decided?
Yesterday evening.
Yeah, yesterday evening.
I was mulling over like a Mexican, sort of like a meat salsa dish. You know, I was trying to go, you know, on the thinking outside the box. Instead, I decided on a sort of banana chocolate themed pie. Here it is. You can see the, well, it's got bananas, banana spears.
I'm sold, man.
It's also got some chocolate, a layer of peanut butter, and then there's a layer of vanilla pudding. There's whipped cream, and then I topped it off with some crushed peanuts, peanut butter, and chocolate morsels.
Yeah, chocolate, banana, and peanuts, they all go together
right.
well. So.
It was kind of just a concoction. You know, I did some research online, but it just kind of threw some stuff together, and we'll see what it tastes like.
This went on sheer natural ability.
Right. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, Ashley, yours looks delicious too. Tell us about yours.
Sean's been getting on you, but I heard Achilles made that pie.
Is that true?
That's just the
You
word.
actually opposable thumbs, but I'm sure he would love to help.
Well, I just made a good old Southern sweet potato pie, and I was at this all night. And you get to taste the batter as you're mixing it. And my grandmother actually taught me how to make this. My grandmother and mother, they're from Mississippi, so that's why I got the sweet potato pie inspiration. And my grandmother has a saying, when something is so good that she's made, she's like, I put my foot in this pie. So I, not literally, but figuratively, I put my foot in this pie, and so it better win.
Nice.
I'll hold it up for us.
For the record, it was warm when she brought it in. It was warm.
They were in the oven. They were in the oven overnight. It's a lot of butter, vanilla flavoring, cinnamon, brown sugar, sweet potato, 2 sweet potatoes. Yeah, just a lot of good sugary stuff.
It looks really good. Is that the first time you've made this, or have you done it
No,
before?
it's not. It was a big hit last year at Thanksgiving, so.
All right, well, I'll tell you
great.
what, folks. The knife is ready, so we're going to slice up some pieces, and Joe is going to join us, and he's going to let us know who our winner is, so that's coming up right after this.
All right.
All right, so we're still madly cutting. Joe, thank you so much for coming in and joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I'll tell you what, when you made that apple thing last week, everybody was like, was I dreaming? Was that real? That was so real.
That wasn't right.
It's super easy. Super easy.
was.
It's fun to bake.
It is. So now you inspired us. We're doing our pie bake-off, so you get to do some taste testing.
There we go.
So go ahead. Which one do you want to try first?
Well, Greg's got his in his hand.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
So let's see
You
how
don't have to eat the whole
Yep.
thing, just a little taste.
See, now again, this is the
That's
one
the
that
buttercup squash.
Yep.
Ooh.
yeah, see, a little bit different. And Greg said it was just such a complicated recipe, he doesn't remember all of it.
You guys still see some flour on his pants and stuff. Nice job, Greg.
And then that one, he said, was made with real UP
Yeah,
blueberries.
wild blueberries from the
Yep.
UP. It's kind of a blueberry turnover with an egg roll crust.
Interesting.
I want that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's like, okay. So he's got an idea there. All right.
I'm a sucker for anything I didn't bake, so I don't know how impartial I'm going to be.
We're just reeling him in like a marlin. Okay, no, the sweet potato pie. Now, you say you make this every year.
Well, this is my brother-in-law's favorite.
Oh,
so.
I'm scared. It's not pretty, but it's not a beauty contest, so.
Yep. Ooh, what did that mean?
job.
I know, what did that mean?
All right. Now, Cheyenne, why don't
We'll go
you come
into
in? Because
Cheyenne's.
now you're into this Banoffee pie. Have you ever had this pie before?
No, but I love bananas and I love taffy.
Ooh,
So.
okay, so this should be interesting.
Well,
Shouldn't we,
I
like-
kind of love everything. That's the problem.
He fits right in with us.
Shouldn't we like cleanse his palate or something?
Yeah, right?
He's cleansing his palate with pie. It's Thanksgiving.
Exactly. That's what the crust is for.
That's right. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
We're going to save that one for last.
Okay.
Because that's a lot of sweet in there. So.
Yeah, it is. All right, so now pie. Not saying, you know, like sway you in any way.
Slipping some money into his pocket there.
I do that? Okay. All right, I'm happy with a head nod. Win or lose, I'm happy with a head nod. That's okay. All right, and then Sean's creation, which I'm sure, what did you say?
Sean, yours cut the prettiest, I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much.
it
looks
did.
great.
It's got those layers.
We'll give you the
Layers
aesthetic win.
stuck together. Yeah.
That's like saying you have a nice personality.
Oh. Ooh.
So the taste of that pie is a mystery to me. So
You know what it tastes like? One of those frozen banana pops.
Oh,
Not such a bad thing, yeah.
Ooh, interesting. So, what do you think, Joe?
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to narrow it down to 2.
Okay.
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 You did great with your pecan pie. And it's not super sweet, which I
Oh,
love.
yay, thank you.
And Greg, that squash thing is really good.
Ooh.
And so I'm going to say, hate to say it, sorry, Vicky, but since it's something I've never even had the flavor of before, I'm giving it to your squash.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, I
High
can't
five
take
on that one there.
I can't take credit for this.
There you go,
My
Greg.
wife helped
Oh,
me
no,
out a
left
great
hand.
deal. By help, I mean 99.9% of the work. So.
But you guys all did a great job, and they looked beautiful, and everything tasted wonderful.
Well, we're glad that you would come in and, you know, and that, like I said, you gave us head nods, and like I said, for a professional to come in and say it was good makes us all feel a little more confident.
And guys, that's the stuff you bring to the table.
Oh, yeah.
You know they want to see a nice homemade pie, so good job for you guys.
Yay!
Nice.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll tell you what, we're gonna keep eating this
Yeah.
throughout the morning because
Yeah,
we're
my
like
boy's ready.
really hungry. But we do have a little bit of entertainment news, and I guess we got to finish the show and everything. So, all right, we'll be taking a look at that in just a minute.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks.